How y'all doing? Today is Wednesday, May 4th, and it is day 73. And right now I am hiking into the Shenandoah National Park out of Rockfish Gap. I'm so excited to finally be in the Shenandoahs, yes! So the AT covers a stretch of about 105 to 110 miles through this national park. So when I reach Front Royal, Virginia, I will come out of the northern boundary. And we just got dropped off and we stopped by the visitor center to pick up our permits. Yes, you do need a permit to enter the Shenandoahs even as a hiker. I thought that maybe they were charging hikers this year, but good news, they're not. So we got our permits for free. So I'm planning to do about a 6-day stretch to get through this park, starting with another 20-mile day today. And I wasn't planning to start as late as I am today. I think it's 10 o'clock right now. But it was a bit of a challenge getting out of the hostel this morning with the shuttles. And I also wanted to make sure that I got at least another YouTube video uploaded and scheduled. And the good news is I was able to get the next 2 videos scheduled. So I was so happy about that. I don't have to worry about it for the next week and a half or so. And shout out to Stanimals 328 Hostel in Waynesboro. The best Wi-Fi on the AT, period. My hour-long videos were uploading in like 20 minutes, and that has never happened. So, yeah, we're getting started today. Let's make it happen. So as I mentioned, we had to pick up some backcountry permits to hike through the park. It's really simple. You give the park ranger 1/2 so that they have your information, and you keep the other part attached to the outside of your pack. So I've got mine and we're ready to go. And we don't want to see any bears, but there's a very strong possibility that I may finally see one in this park. Let's just see how the day goes. So I swung by the outfitter in Waynesboro yesterday, and I needed to make some gear replacements. For one, I thought that maybe I was going to change out my shoes because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I've put over 500 miles on these Keens at this point, and I noticed that some of the tread up in the front of my shoe, close to like the ball of my foot and where my toes are, that's wearing down. And some of the fabric on the inside of the shoe is starting to tear apart. And then I showed y'all where some of the rubber on the outside of the shoe, where the sole is starting to peel off. But the outfitter said that they've been having issues ordering new inventory, and pretty much everything's back ordered. So they didn't really have anything that was of interest to me. Like, all they basically had were Ultras, and y'all know I'm not quite there with the zero drop. And then I think they had like one pair of Keens, which were similar to the shoe that I have, but I didn't really want those. And then they had like some Merrells and Solomon's, but not the wide sizing option. So I was like, I'm not stuffing my feet into any more narrow shoes. So at the very least, what I did was I purchased a new pair of insoles, because my other insoles I've had for almost 500 miles and they were definitely wearing down. And I don't think that was doing my shins any favors, which, by the way, they're feeling great today. So I also replaced my Katadyn Be-Free water filter, and pretty much I just picked up a new one because I've been using my filter since I started the trail 860 something miles ago, and at this point the flow rate is pretty slow. And I used to be able to fill up one of my bottles in like 10-15 seconds, but now it takes more like a minute and a half to 2 minutes to fill up one bottle. So it made me a little nervous that if the flow rate is that slow, maybe the filter isn't filtering out everything. So I just bought a new one. Easy replacement. And another piece of gear that is sort of failing on me at the moment is my Thermarest Neo Air sleeping pad. There must be a hole in it somewhere, but I can't seem to pinpoint where it is. I never hear air coming out of it when I blow it up, but I wake up multiple times in the night with it being pretty close to flat. And I'm like, how is this happening? I think the issue probably stems from the valve where I blow the pad up. And they have replacement valves at the outfitter, but I didn't really feel like trying to finagle with that and mess it up even more. And then I have to spend $200 to buy a whole new pad. So I'm just gonna make do with what I have for the time being. When I get to Harper's Ferry in about a week or so, I will check out the outfitters there and see what they have as far as shoes and any suggestions they have as far as my sleeping pad goes. So yeah, we're still rocking the Keens. New Shoes does not have a new pair of shoes right now, but I can assure you that we will soon. And I think I know what I want. Just gotta find them. So as excited as I was to enter the Shenandoahs, I haven't really made much progress so far today. So I have been talking to a lot of friends and family back home, and I was trying to see if there was a way where some people could come out and see me once I get to Harper's Ferry. Unfortunately, my current itinerary has me reaching Harper's Ferry next Thursday, and then next Friday is the first day of Trail Days back down in Damascus, and I'm planning to go down to Trail Days. So I was like, shoot, I want to be in Harper's Ferry on a weekend so that it could be a lot easier for my friends and family to come out and see me, but I also really want to go to Trail Days. So the solution that I just came up with today is to kind of stall my hike for an extra week so that I arrive in Harper's Ferry the weekend after Trail Days. And I just have to figure out how to do that exactly. I was actually just on the phone with my friend Monica. Y'all remember her from Daleville, and she's working on that film project. She's planning on coming down and meeting me at Big Meadows Campground on Friday. So I still have to do 20-mile days today, tomorrow, and Friday to get to Big Meadows on Friday. But then after that, I'm gonna need to slow down my pace and my daily mileage significantly. And I think that's actually okay, because I haven't really been giving my shins the time that they need to fully recover from whatever's happening with them. And rather than taking a few days off after trail days trying to see family and friends, I would rather slow down my hike before trail days, take some time to rest up, then go to trail days, then come back up to Virginia, finish out this section, get to Harper's Ferry, see family and friends, and then continue going north. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm probably just going to be taking some extra zeros in some small towns that I plan to stop in, like Luray, in the next few days. And maybe some bigger 17, 18-mile days I'll split up into 2 days just to buy myself some extra time. And I think it's gonna work out. And I'm super excited because I miss all my friends and family, and I can't wait to see them. And I've already started texting people like this weekend, well, not this weekend, but this weekend in May, I'll be in Harper's Ferry. And so far, everyone says that they're free and available and they want to come out and see me, so it's gonna be lit. And I mean, I've crushed the entire state of Virginia. Like, this 550 miles hasn't really felt like as big of a thing as hikers make it seem, like with the Virginia Blues and the Never Ending State and all that. I'm like, didn't we just get to Virginia and now I'm almost done? If I wanted to, I'd be hiking into Harper's Ferry pretty much this time next week. But yeah, that's the new plan. I know that means that people who are around me now are going to get out ahead of me, and that's cool. I don't really care. There are also people behind me who are going to catch up, and some will probably pass me. And again, I don't care. I'm out here having the experience that I want to have, doing all the things that I want to do, and I'm doing it my way. So I'm so excited. I almost forgot to make a little land acknowledgement update. I am now hiking on Shawandasi, Monacan, and Manahoac lands. So just got to make sure I keep throwing that out there. I almost forgot, and I took a picture of the map last night just so I would remind myself to do it today. And I feel good whenever I do so. So we're gonna keep it going. And I wonder how many different territories I will walk through during this Shenandoah section. That's so interesting. Let's find out. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm really gagging. I'm in the Shenandoahs. Yes, look at this. The Shennies. So beautiful. It's beautiful. So it looks like we're about to come up on this stream in the next 0.2 of a mile or something like that. And apparently this will be the last place where you can pick up water for the next 12 miles. And I'm like, do you know how much water I need to pick up for a 12-mile stretch? At least 3 liters. And I don't want to carry that much. Water is heavy. Ugh. I don't know. I'm probably going to pick up 2.5 liters to be safe. And I'm also going to drink a full liter at this stream before I get started again. But I saw that in about 7 miles, there's a parking lot where trail angels often leave multiple gallons of water, like a little water cache. So I'm kind of putting all my eggs in that basket right now. I do not want to carry that much water for 12 miles. But at the same time, today would be the day where I would get to that parking lot and there would be not a drop of water. Dang. Gotta play it smart, even when playing it smart sucks. So can you tell which is my old water filter and which one is the new one? So as I mentioned earlier, I picked up a new filter because the flow rate of my old one is really slow. And I decided to carry my old filter out only until I knew that the new one actually worked. So I just filtered with the new one and it does in fact work. So when I get to a trash can, I'll just throw the old one away. So pretty. I love the Shinies. And the Shinies loves me back. I'm actually making pretty good time on this 20-mile day, considering I didn't get back to the trailhead until 10 o'clock this morning. But the reason for that probably is I haven't stopped walking at all today. I haven't stopped to take a break. The only time I stopped and took my pack off today was to grab water back at that last source. And it's now about 3:40 and I have like 7 miles left to do today. So I think I am gonna take a little break in just another mile or so. There's a parking lot and I think I might stop there and take my pack off, sit down for a minute, drink some water, eat a little lunch, a late lunch, and then finish up the day. And it hasn't particularly been a challenging day. I mean, there are some gradual uphills which we've been knocking off little bits at a time, but there aren't any super huge climbs like what I've seen over the last few days. So it's pretty cool so far. Oh goodness. Only have about 3.6 miles left to go, but I needed to sit down and take a break because my dogs were barking. Whew. Just another 20-mile day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard.
All right, so we knocked out another 20.5 miles today and made it to Black Rock Hut. There are plenty of other hikers here, some section hikers, some through hikers. We've all finished dinner and got our sleep situation set up, so we were about to head to bed for the night. Tomorrow, I've got another 21 miles to get to High Top Hut, I think it's called. And the terrain here in the Shenandoah is pretty fair, I'll say. So I'm hoping that it's not too difficult, and I'll be getting back to my early wake up time tomorrow. So I'll really have the whole day to be able to do it comfortably. And yeah, this is going to do it for today. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Day 1 in the Shennies. Success. And let's keep it going. All right. Good night. Good morning. Today is Thursday, May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo, whatever that means to you. It's day 74. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just taking off from Black Rock Hut. So I'm planning to do another 21 miles today to get to High Top Hut. And I think these shoes are done. With over 500 miles on them, my feet are sore walking in them every day at this point. Yesterday started off strong, but right around mile 12, my feet started feeling sore. My toes were feeling sore, and they stayed sore for the rest of the day until I got to the shelter and took my shoes off. Then I was fine. I thought changing my insoles might help a bit, but I think it's kind of like putting shiny new rims on a hoopty, where it just doesn't really do much to help. So I definitely need to find an outfitter where I can pick up a new pair of shoes before I get to Harper's Ferry. And I'm not sure where that might be. My next town stop is probably going to be Luray, Virginia on Sunday. And I'll probably take maybe 1, 2 zeros there. So I'll see if they have an outfitter. If not, then maybe I'll keep pushing on to Front Royal. And I think Front Royal is as far as I'm probably going to go before trail days. Because as I was saying yesterday, I need to slow down a little bit so that I'm getting to Harper's Ferry the weekend after trail days. So I might be taking a couple days in Luray, a couple days in Front Royal. I might stop and spend the night at Skyline Lodge. We'll see. I gotta figure this out somehow. Yeah, so in about 9 miles, I should be coming up to the, is it the Loft something camp store? I can't remember what it's called, but there's a store that sells snacks and food and stuff. So I may stop there to check it out, empty out my trash. But aside from that, we've got another big day. So let's go. Day 2 in the Shenies. We love it here. So pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this. Wow. So last night at the shelter, this other hiker named Santiago, he showed me a video that he took of this humongous rattlesnake the day before yesterday. I don't know why he showed me the video. It scared the heck out of me. That snake had to have been about 5 feet long. It was about as thick as one of my legs. And oh my gosh, it was just moving so slow. And it just creeped me out, and I'm still creeped out even thinking about it. Now I'm terrified. And the spot where he saw it, I hiked past that spot yesterday and it was sunny and warm, but thankfully I didn't see anything. But I am so terrified for the day when I run into one of those, and I know it's coming. I have a feeling. But at the same time, I do kind of want to see one and catch it on video just so y'all can see and so I can get over that fear. But when I tell you, the 8-year-old girl in me will come out on that day and I will scream because I don't like snakes. The views today are just so fleeky. Cannot get enough. So one of my followers on Instagram messaged me today and said that they might be able to shuttle me into a nearby town to check out an outfitter to see if I can get some new shoes. So that would be really nice. They actually messaged me a few days ago saying that they were going to be at Pinefield Hut today with pizza. And I wasn't necessarily planning on stopping there for the day. I wanted to go to High Top Hut, which is about 8 miles beyond that. But I told him that I would still try to swing by to grab some pizza on the way, so then I won't have to worry about making dinner tonight. So I'll see if I can meet up with them at the Pinefield parking lot, and hopefully I can go get some new shoes, get some pizza, and then get back on trail and finish up the 20-mile day. So we'll have to see how that goes. You said to do what I'm doing. So I just stopped for a 30-minute break at that Loft Mountain camp store. I was hoping they would have more hot food like burgers and fries and stuff like that, but they didn't really have anything like that. All they had were like camp snacks and frozen sandwiches that you could heat up. And I didn't really want any of that stuff. And I packed out enough food anyway, so I just grabbed a honey bun and called it a day. But they also sold like beer and these single serving boxed wines. So I picked up a little thing of wine, and I'll probably have that with my dinner tonight at the shelter. So in about 6 miles, I will reach Pinefield Gap, and I need to see if I can find some service somewhere to call the outfitter in Elkton to see if maybe they have a particular shoe that I'm looking for. I would hate to get off trail and go into town just to find that they don't really have anything. So hopefully in the next couple of miles, I'll have some good service. Just stopping for a little lunch break here at Pinefield Shelter. A little ways back, I managed to find service, and so I called the outfitter in, I think it's called Elkton, Virginia, and they didn't really have a great selection, so I'm not going to go into town. So I guess I'm stuck with these shoes for a little longer. On Sunday, or maybe Saturday, on Saturday, I should be reaching Luray, Virginia. And I know they have an outfitter there, so I'll probably check them out as well. But if all else fails, this time next week, I'll be heading back down to Damascus for trail days. And I know they have a couple of outfitters, and pretty much, so many outdoor brands will be there. So hopefully I can find a pair of shoes while I'm there if I can't find something before that. And then my last option is to just push to Harper's Ferry. But I think that would be pretty uncomfortable. So I'm hoping that I can find something soon. Yo. I was just walking along, minding my business, not even paying attention, and I stumbled on the 900-mile mark. That is what's up. Yeah, 900. Work. It looks like I'm going to be celebrating that 900 milestone with some pizza. The guy who hit me up earlier saying that he would take me to town said that he would meet me at the next gap with pizza and drinks. I just have to get there, and it's another 3 miles away. I told him that I would try to get there by 4:30, and it's 3:55 right now. I don't think I can go that fast. But as soon as I told him that I would be there, or try to be there at 4:30, I hit the steepest climb of the day. And I was like, what the hell? So I'm gonna try to hightail it the rest of the way to get some pizza. And from there, it'll only be like 1.2 miles to the shelter. So I'm sitting pretty for the rest of the day, it looks like. I think it's pizza time. All right, so we got a few slices of pizza in our system. Shout out to Barry. He says he's been following me since the very beginning back in Georgia. When he saw that I was in the area, he said he would come through and bring pizza, and he surely did. And there were a bunch of hikers that showed up, so he gave all of us pizza. Super kind and generous, and really appreciate that. And I also packed out a little swig of whiskey, which will help put me to sleep tonight. As if the 21.5 miles won't. So yeah, it is 5:30, and I've just got another 1.2 miles up to High Top Shelter. Unfortunately, that 1.2 miles is all uphill, but hopefully it won't be that bad. At least I don't have to worry about making dinner tonight because I'm nice and full. I'll just have some snacks and chill out for the rest of the day. But today was a good day. Not too tough. My feet were feeling a little better than yesterday. Not so much pain. And yeah, we're in the 900s now. Super cool. Okay, I'm tired and I can't climb and talk, so phone's going away. All right, so today is a wrap. That's 21.5 miles completed. We made it here to High Top Hut, and there's quite a few people up there, so I decided to come record down at the spring here. Just collecting water so that I can make a little dinner. We only got a couple slices of pizza because there were so many of us, so definitely gonna need to eat something else before I go to sleep. But yeah, today was a pretty good day. And I'm excited for tomorrow. Got another 20-mile day, yippee. And it's supposed to be raining pretty much all day tomorrow, and a high of only like 65 degrees. So it might be a little chilly, but we've been through this already, so we can do it. So tomorrow I'm hiking to Big Meadow Campground, where I'm going to be meeting up with Monica. I am hoping that she's willing to split a room at the lodge so that I don't have to set up a tent in the rain. But I don't know how she's feeling. I gotta wait to see what she says, but we'll see. Gonna try to get up and get out early tomorrow like I did today. And yeah, should be another good day. So I'm gonna wrap this video up for tonight, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Good night. Probably won't be many updates today. It's super ugly and wet. All right. Today is Friday, May 6th, day 75. I've got another 20-mile day today to get to Big Meadow Campground. And as you can see, it is a wet one today. So probably not going to have my phone out much, so I don't want it to get damaged. And yeah, I'm probably not gonna stop too much today. I'm really just gonna push the miles so that I can try to get there as soon as possible and get dry. Thankfully it's not super cold. I think it's supposed to be in the mid 60s today, so still pretty comfortable even with the rain. Yeah, I think it's supposed to rain all day today, all day tomorrow, and into Sunday. However, by the end of the day tomorrow, I should be going into Luray, Virginia. I already reserved a bunk at Open Arms Hostel for a couple nights, and I think I'm gonna take a couple days off because I've been pushing big mile days ever since I left Glasgow, and I could use a little break. And also, next weekend is trail days back down in Damascus, so I have a ride who is going to pick me up and drive me down there, and so I don't really want to get too much further north. So when I said that I was going to be slowing my pace down, that starts tomorrow, and so I'll be taking my time getting through the rest of the Shenandoahs, and I'll probably stop at Front Royal right before trail days and then pick it up from there after trail days into Harper's Ferry to see family and friends. So that's the plan. I don't know when I'm gonna talk to you all again today, but I guess let's just see how it goes, and let's hope the rain stops by some miracle or grace of God or anything. This is actually really cool. All the fog. It seems like the rain might be starting to let up, so I hope that it'll clear up for the day. But forecast says otherwise. But we can hope. There's something about this kind of weather that really gets me moving. I'm on track to easily hit another 13 by 12 today. And I started just before 8 o'clock. And I've been managing to keep a steady 3-mile-an-hour pace, even going mostly uphill today, which is like the fastest I've ever done with my full pack. And right at that 13-mile mark, there is Bear Fence Mountain Shelter. So I'm probably gonna stop there for a little break and to eat a little lunch. And that's just under 4 miles up ahead. It's 10:35 right now, so I have an hour and a half to do less than 4 miles, which if I keep moving the way I've been moving, I'm gonna smash that. And then that'll just leave me like 7 more miles for the day to get to Big Meadow. So I'm digging this. Should be a pretty early day for me, which I'm happy about. And I'm also glad that Monica will be back down and she'll be meeting me at Big Meadow to record some more footage And I think she might slack pack me tomorrow into Luray. So I'm definitely excited about that. And that'll just be like 17 and a half miles from Big Meadow. So yeah, let's get this 13 by 12 done so we can take a little break. All right, so I'm about 18 and a half miles on the day so far. I have just another mile and a half up to the Big Meadow Lodge and campground. And a friend of mine from social media said that they would meet me at the lodge and buy me dinner. So I'm excited to get up there and wait for them to come so that we can eat. And I'll probably get all my stuff charged up because my Garmin inReach has died and my phone battery is getting a little low. But thankfully, it seems like the rain has settled for the time being. So I know I haven't talked to y'all since this morning, but I did in fact pull a 13 by 12 today. And I thought I was gonna stop at that bear fence, mountain hut, shelter, whatever, for lunch. But when I got there, I saw that it was a half mile off trail and I would have been losing like 300 feet in elevation. So I didn't want to spend or walk an extra mile going out of the way and having to add to my climb for the day because the day has already been mostly climbing. So I skipped that shelter. And in fact, I haven't stopped once today for a break. There was really nowhere else to take cover from the rain. And the rain only just decided to let up maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. But my original plan was to do 20 miles today, stay at the Big Meadow campground. And after hiking through the rain all day and with all my stuff and me just being completely wet, I said to myself, you know what, why don't we just splurge a little bit and spend the night at the Big Meadow Lodge, even though I've heard that they don't offer special rates to thru hikers and they can be a little pricey. But a few minutes ago, I took another look at the map and I saw that there's actually another shelter that's just 3 miles past the lodge. So I think I'm gonna make today a 23-mile day and I'm gonna go to that shelter. And I'm pretty confident that I'll have space, or there will be space for me in the shelter, because I know a lot of people from the shelter last night weren't planning on doing this many miles today. The one good thing is that a friend of mine who I know from social media who lives in the area said that they would meet me up at the lodge and they would buy me dinner tonight. So I'm about a mile and a half away from the lodge now, and it is around 2:30. So I've really been hauling it today. So I'm just gonna sit up there. Hopefully they'll let me chill in the lobby for a couple hours while I wait for them to get here, and I'll charge up all my stuff. We'll have dinner and then I'll grab my stuff and keep going to the shelter. So Monica was supposed to come down today and meet me at Big Meadow, but she decided that she would just come down tomorrow morning and slack pack me into Luray. So if I stay at the shelter tonight, it'll just be like a 14 and a half, 15-mile day. So that'll be nice. So yeah, I have this little climb up to the lodge, and I will see y'all when I get up there. All right, so I am back on trail. Just had dinner at Big Meadows Lodge. A big thank you to my friend Skyline for buying me dinner and a glass of wine. It was good to see you again. And yeah, it's about 6:15. I've got 3.5 miles to get to the next shelter, which I can't think of the name of it. I think it's called Rock something Hut Shelter. And yeah, I don't have to worry about making dinner tonight because I already ate. And I'm excited to get to Luray tomorrow. And actually, I hope that there's space in the shelter tonight. I saw a couple other hikers who were at the lodge and they were planning on going to the shelter tonight as well. So I asked if they could like maybe save space for me because I really don't want to set up my tent. I know it's supposed to rain again tomorrow and I don't want to be packing up a wet tent, to be honest. But we'll see when we get there. Hopefully I can make a time. I know there's a downhill portion and then I have to go back uphill and then I'm pretty much there. So let's try to knock this out. Good morning. Today is Saturday, May 7th, and it's day 76. Woke up and had to put all of my wet, cold clothes back on. And it's kind of cool outside, so I'm freezing right now a little bit. So I'm just trying to get moving today. I didn't even eat breakfast or anything. I just sort of packed up, grabbed some water, and took off. But in 1.5 miles, I'm meeting Monica at this parking lot. She's bringing me coffee, and she's going to slack pack me the rest of the way into Luray, which since I did a bigger day yesterday, I only have like 13 miles total to do today. So that'll be nice. I think it's supposed to rain more today. I'm glad it's not raining right now, and I hope that it kind of holds off until I get to Luray, or at least get pretty close. Because yesterday, after I finished dinner and took off from Big Meadow, it started pouring down and I got soaking wet in those last 3.5 miles. And I was completely over that. But I did make it to the shelter. There was plenty of space inside, so I was able to sleep dry last night. Whew. Cannot wait to get to town and get warm. So today looks pretty much the exact same as yesterday. It's wet and foggy. All right, so I just met with Monica back at the parking lot. She brought me a vanilla latte, which I've been craving. And she let me sit in her car and warm up a little bit. So now we're slack packing. Well, I'm slack packing. She's slack packing too with her little day pack. I wish that's all I had. So I've got about 11 miles to Panorama parking area, and I will be done for the day, and we will go into Luray. I already got my bed reserved at Open Arms Hostel, and I am going to take another 00, so getting back to my true self. And yeah, the rain is starting to come down again, but at least I'll be indoors tonight and all my stuff will be able to dry.
Yeah, I wish it would go away and I don't see some of that. I didn't see my girlfriend.
I have to say, this is pretty cool. Just lost in the clouds up here. I remember around this exact time a year ago, I drove to this parking lot here along Skyline Drive, and I saw that the Appalachian Trail came right through here, and I was so excited because I knew that in a year's time I was gonna be here actually hiking, and here I am. That's insane. All right, I just popped into this bird's nest shelter to get out of the rain for a sec. I have 3 miles to go to get to the parking lot where Monica's gonna meet me and take me into town. This is the second consecutive day of being soaking wet, and it's not really that warm outside. It's only maybe like in the low 60s at most. So I'm pretty irritated with the weather. The rain just comes down harder and harder by the hour, it seems, and the wind is blowing and it's chilly, and my feet are sore because I'm still in these same shoes, and I'm just kind of over it right now. But it's only 1:15, so I'm gonna try to get down to this parking lot as fast as I can so that I can just be done for the day and find someplace indoors where I can dry out. I'm so glad to be done today. I'm wet everywhere and I'm hungry. I want a Saweetie meal and a shower and dry, clean clothes and a roof with 4 walls and a door and heat. And I don't want to think about hiking for at least 24 hours. that's how today has been. All right, so we are here at Open Arms Hostel in Luray, Virginia. I've got all my stuff sitting out drying because a lot of it is wet. I'm all showered and I'm wearing loaner clothes, so I'm nice and warm. And I will be here for the next few nights. I'm taking a couple zeros here in Luray because, as I mentioned before, I do need to slow down a little bit. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to have a few days off. I need to look over my gear. There are some things that are starting to malfunction. And aside from that, I'm just gonna be chilling. Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 8th. It's day 77, and I am taking my first of 2 zeros here in Luray, Virginia. I'm at Open Arms Hostel, and my only plan for today is to rest and relax. Trail Days is coming up later this week. So I'm gonna take my time getting to Front Royal, where I'll be picked up by the Almonds Right team who made my pack, and we're gonna head down to Damascus for Trail Days. And after next weekend, I'll come back up to Front Royal and head into Harper's Ferry to see some family and friends. So I'm finally slowing down. But yeah, today is just gonna be all about relaxing. So probably gonna watch a movie, watch some YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, ice the shins, eat and drink coffee, and just chill out. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Hey y'all. So today's Monday, May 9th, and it's day 78. And this is my second zero here in Luray, Virginia. We're just at Walmart right now and doing a little resupply. My laundry, got that done yesterday. And after this, I'll pretty much be chilling for the rest of the day. And this is probably my lightest and least expensive resupply to date because I only really need like 2.5 days of food to get me to Front Royal, Virginia. As I mentioned before, once I get to Front Royal in a couple days, I'm getting picked up by the Almonds Right team, and we're gonna go back down to Damascus for Trail Days. So I really don't need a whole lot of food, and I don't wanna have a whole lot of extra stuff just to get off trail for a few more days. So yeah, let's get this done. Look at this super light resupply. Pretty much all I have for breakfast are a couple of honey buns because they're packed with calories. Then I have some protein bars. I have a couple oatmeal packets left at the hostel, so I have those as well. For lunch, I have tortillas back at the house. I have Nutella and peanut butter, and I just picked up a few Monster Slim Jims. I have a tuna packet back at the house, and then I have 2 dinners, so I'm pretty much good. The rest of the stuff is just junk, so I'll probably eat this breakfast burrito tomorrow morning and drink this little like protein drink with it. I got some ice cream for tonight, a couple bananas, and I picked up another little box wine to enjoy tonight. So yeah, pretty much done. Okay, so we are back from Walmart. My resupply is done, and now I am in the process of repairing some gear. So my trekking pole tips as you can see, are wearing down, and I completely lost one of my tips, and I just noticed it the other day. So I just bought some brand new tips that I'm going to screw onto my poles, and these baskets that I literally just picked up in Parisburg are already starting to come apart. So I bought some brand new baskets as well. So gotta do that real quick, and then it is about time to spray my socks, underwear, and sleep clothes again with some permethrin to keep the ticks away. So this is pretty much gonna do it for this vlog. Like I said, I'm just chilling for the rest of the day. It's 4 o'clock now, and probably in another hour I'm going to head back into town to the outfitter to return those pole tips that don't fit. And then I'll probably just grab something to eat and come back and chill at the hostel for the night. And I think I am the only hiker here tonight, which is pretty fitting because I've been pretty much by myself this entire time. So, oh well, nothing I can do about it. Tomorrow we get back on trail. We're gonna start making our way to Front Royal in the next couple of days. They should be some pretty easy days. Nothing more than like 15 miles a day, so I'm happy about that. Shins are feeling good. I've been stretching them, resting them, and icing them. So yeah, this is gonna do it. So I will see y'all in the morning, and we've got more hiking to do. So for now, see y'all later.